Hey, yo, what's good? You sexy little fucks, I'm back. I'm back with something different. I'm doing a One Piece chapter review. These are two chapters because I felt like 1070 and 1071 mesh so well together. If I was going to come back, I needed to review these two together. So, welcome. Happy 2023. Happy birthday to Oda. We're just going to get into it. And these aren't going to be long form. It's just going to be like quick, rapid fire things of what I think on the chapter, how I think everything was going, where I feel the story is going, little things like that. So anyway, 1070, bruh. 1070 was done out so perfectly. I love what Oda's doing from literally just the wake up of Sentomaru waking up, Luffy having the gag, and hot take. I love the gag. Oh, hitting my mic and shit. I love the gags in One Piece. Like, wholeheartedly. Him being a little jokester with Gear 5 is fine. I feel like he has one more gear. Probably Gear 6. And if not, I'm wrong, whatever. But I feel like he's like a car. And he's going to eventually have to take an opponent serious. He can't just be all cartoony and goofy for the whole time. Or maybe he will. Maybe that's Oda's whole thing. Like, to not take life too seriously. And look who the strongest pirate is. A goof. Right? I just personally think eventually he's going to have to straighten up. But for now, holy fuck the fight. Holy fuck the paneling. Holy fuck the entirety of One Piece because it's the greatest story ever told. This era that we're getting into of One Piece, here's what I'll say. I think since we got to Egghead Island, we haven't had a chapter below a 9. That's a hot take. For me, I haven't read a chapter where I'm like, oh, it was alright, it's like a 7. No. Everything's been top-notch, up here, top-tier shit. Besides that, back to the chapter. The way that Luffy just goes into white booming, hits Lucci through the fucking chest. You see him being rubber too, and then you see it pop out the page, especially Luffy going off of the little ropes like a wrestler, and you see that stretch out to the page. It's very reminiscent of pre-time skip, and I do appreciate I appreciate Oda's mapping out of the story. I know he's like had this mapped out for years, so that's why it feels very pre-time skip, but it's very elite, and of course the GOAT's gonna come through. The GOAT author is just gonna come through every time. Now, with that being said, we also got information about the Seraphims and how they're Vega's weapons, and he perfected them to be the strongest beings and whatever. So that's going to be a fun challenge. Obviously, we have that, and we have the admirals to face. So I don't know where it's going to begin and end. I just know that eventually the Straw Hats are going to not only have to fight the fucking Seraphims, but they have to fight the admirals too. And I'm so ready for that point in the story. It's ridiculous. I don't want to get in too much this 1070. This is another reason why I wanted to like lump the chapters together. Because besides that, Kizaru making the phone call, him being like, yo, call the boys, we're up. It's time. Send them. That goes hard, and again, that propels us to 1071 where it opens up with Kuma coming out. That page that Oda drew right in the beginning of the chapter, where you just see Kuma coming up out of the ground like a monster, and they don't know like what he is or who he is, and they're just running in fear. And then we cut to having Egghead, I'm just gonna call Vegapunk Egghead, having Egghead running through and chasing Bonnie like, hey, I can't change your dad back as much as you want me to. I can't, but there's a good reason for that. And even that page where Oda draws the little tongue flying out just because he's Einstein, so he's an Einstein clone. So I love that he's just constantly making the face and the tongue's flying out everywhere, and it's just I think that paneling there is elite as well. But not only the paneling, the story. So we have that. We have the chafes of Bonnie and describing Kuma or whatever. Then we have Vegapunk talking to his other selves about getting to the Straw Hat ship, and I love the conflict there, and we're just propelling the story forward to this final saga, and you just see everything, all the little dots pointing to, oh, this isn't gonna be a little fight. There's gonna be multiple battles happening around all of One Piece to make one gigantic war, and the Straw Hats are in the middle of everything. Because think about it, in the chapter as well, we have Kid and Killer who are on Elbaf. You think Shanks is gonna let that shit just slide? No, fuck that. Fuck that. They're not gonna let that shit slide. So what's gonna end up happening is Kid, who had an alliance with Luffy, is now taking on Shanks, and he's in the middle of that, so the Straw Hats are in between that. Now we have the Seraphims who are attacking everything on the island, so guess what? Luffy has a problem with that, so the Straw Hats are going to handle that. Now we have CP0. Let's go into this. Fucking my boy, my favorite anime character in all of anime, Zoro. Roronoa Zoro, Bounty Hunter Zoro, Minority Hunter Zoro. And he's going to beat the allegations, by the way. Gets woken up by a Tempest kick. He's just like, who the hell woke me up for the nap? And he just goes, ching ching. That's canon, by the way. He goes, ching ching. Deflects the Tempest kick out into who the fuck knows where. And just sees Kiku as a little puppy. And I love that scene specifically to show, oh, not only Luffy has taken major jumps ahead of everybody in these 2 years, Zoro has as well. And let's not forget who the fucking Don is. Who the fucking Don of the crew is. It's Zoro. He's the badass muscle, and that's what he's there for, right? Somebody's gonna have to protect everything when Luffy probably passes away. It sucks. Luffy's probably gonna die. I don't want to admit it, but Luffy's probably gonna die in the series. So anyway, that scene with Zoro, just bodying Kiku essentially. Just who launched that little joke at me? That little butterfly floating around my ear that I swatted away. So we had that. We had, oh my god, the disrespect from Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci just saying, oh, I don't see him as a Yonko. Yeah, fuck off, bro. He just bodied you the chapter before. You're just petty. You're just petty. Go away. Go take a seat, Lucci. But yeah, I just feel like these 2 chapters were the jumping pad for the rest of the sagas. And I think what we're about to head into is just everything that the Straw Hats have their fingerprint on are just bubbling up to the surface, and there's no more bullshit in the story. I don't think we're gonna get any more bullshit. Everything matters now. Every single little thing matters, and I just hope that we don't get a rushed version of it. I hope we get every detail of what we need to see and experience in the world of One Piece. To close the chapter out and to close this review out, because like I said, I'm not gonna make this long. Garp is gonna beat the shit out of everybody who's holding down Kobe. He saw that Kobe was taken. He's like, yo, we're gonna beat the snot out of pirates. I wish he said shit. I do. Maybe the actual translation did. I read the scans because I can't wait week to week. And then I still support their official release, by the way. I own the manga. It's not like I don't buy the manga, but I can't wait week to week. I have to read it the second there's a leak. So Garp going insane and throwing, that's another person tied to Luffy, by the way. So, and Kobe, everybody is involved with the Straw Hats at this point in the story, and it's just bubbling up. So we have CP0, the Admirals, the Seraphims, the government, we have Garp, we have Kobe, we have Shanks, we have Killer, we have Kid. Oh my god, I'm just so excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna close it off there. I'll see you guys next week for the next review. Peace.